This is like a continuation of day 36 of the 150 Days in Psalms challenge. It's not so much a prayer, it's just something that really stuck out to me. And it's verses 1 through 4. An oracle within my heart concerning the transgression of the wicked. Dread of God has no effect on him. For with his flattering opinion of himself, he does not discover and hate his iniquity. The words from his mouth are malicious and deceptive. He has stopped acting wisely and doing good. Even on his bed, he makes malicious plans. He sets himself on a path that is not good, and he does not reject evil. And that really spoke to me because it can be so easy to think highly of yourself. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with like having high self-esteem, thinking highly of yourself, empowering yourself, affirmations and things like that. I do think it is very harmful and detrimental for that to be your only source of truth, where nobody can speak into your life, nobody can correct you, nobody can even, maybe not even correct, but just give you some type of like advice. That is not a good, obviously a good space to be in. It says, for with his flattering opinion, this is the CSB version, but for ESV it says, for he flatters himself in his own eyes, that his iniquity cannot be found out and hated. And that's more of like, you are constantly telling yourself all of these amazing and great things about yourself, and therefore you can't even see the places or the areas where you're being called to grow. And we're all being called to grow. I don't care what you believe, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, agnostic, Hindu, I don't care what you are. We're all being called to grow. We're all being called to become better. We're all being called to become our best selves. And I think that we often get in the way of our own growth and our own blessings. So we know that God's love is steadfast, but let not our own love of ourselves hinder us being able to receive love, not only from God, but from other people. Bye. Coming back to also add, in the ESV, it says, the words of his mouth are trouble and deceit. He has ceased to act wisely and do good. He plots trouble while on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not reject evil. That's like so scary to me because, again, it doesn't matter if you're Christian, Universalist, Buddhist, Hindu, atheist. It doesn't matter like what you believe. I think as a good human, you want to do good in the world, right? And we don't want our own love of self to get in the way of being able to truly love other people. And so this ceasing to act wisely and do good has a lot to do with not inviting people into your story, not inviting people into your life and what you got going on. He plots trouble while on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not reject evil. That's so scary to me because it's like you can, and I think we see it in some people where we know that we can get to a point where all we care about is what we care about, and we then don't reject what we know is wrong, what we know in our heart of hearts is inhumane, because we're in our own heads and in our own world so much, telling ourselves what is true, but then becomes to get twisted into the all truth. Like what may have been true for you at a period of time, you're making it true for you for your whole entire life. And now nobody can tell you, hey man, that's actually really harmful, or hey, that's actually not really good for you. and now you can't even receive good things because you're not rejecting evil, right? Like you're ceasing to act wisely, so now you're making bad decisions and you're not doing good anymore. That's, I don't know, for me, that's like really something to meditate on and think about, so that our own hearts can be pure, and that our intentions can stay pure. Bye.